Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your. Jonathan Kuminga has not been able to have a winning streak with the Warriors. He suffered a major injury during the season, but returned, but his inconsistency continues and he is sometimes left out of the rotation. His minutes have been reduced, but Kuminga continues to be a high value in the NBA and several teams want the player. For the Warriors, it will be advantageous to trade him for another great player. Warriors will trade Jonathan Kuminga in the postseason. Jonathan Kuminga's concerning status with the Golden State Warriors continues to be a hot topic of discussion. Kuminga hasn't appeared in the franchise's last 3 contests, and a DNP number 4 in Game 2 against the Houston Rockets on Wednesday could be on the way. With the offseason right around the corner, Bleacher Report's Greg Swartz predicts the Warriors will swap Kuminga for an electric Portland Trail Blazers scorer this summer. When a team's 22-year-old, third-leading scorer is registering a DNP coach's decision in the biggest games of the season, it might be a sign that a change is coming, Swartz wrote Monday. Kuminga and the Warriors already failed to agree on a contract extension last fall. With the number 7 overall pick of the 2021 draft now headed into restricted free agency, both parties should be working on a resolution where he gets paid somewhere else and Golden State receives some talent back in return. Anthony Simons, 25, averaged 19.3 points, 4.8 assists and shot 36.3% from deep for Portland this past season and could start alongside Stephen Curry, Brandon Podziemski, Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green or become a super sixth man for a team in need of a little more dependable youth. Swartz's trade proposal would send Kuminga, via sign-and trade, and Moses Moody to the Trail Blazers for Simons. The Trail Blazers exhibited encouraging signs of growth this season, thanks to Simons' impressive play as the franchise's number 1 scoring option. From using his quick-twitch ball-handling chops to freeze defenders on the perimeter to contorting his body when necessary to prevail around the rim, Simons proved his offensive skills could result in a competitive 2024-25 campaign for the Trail Blazers. Portland finished the regular season with a 36-46 record, narrowly missing out on the play-in tournament during Chauncey Billup's 4th season at the helm. Still, it's challenging to imagine Simons opposing joining a franchise that is closer to winning a title in free agency. Considering Kuminga's situation in late April isn't great, a spot for Simons in the Bay could soon open up. Warriors' Jonathan Kuminga just showed why Steve Kerr benched him. Jonathan Kuminga was going to get his chance at redemption. Jimmy Butler was laying on the ground, injured, about to be ruled out for the game. And the Warriors' uber-talented 22-year-old was up next. So much for that, though. Kuminga underwhelmed immensely as Golden State was blitzed by Houston with Butler and Brandon Podziemski missing for long stretches of Wednesday's game. After multiple DNP coaches' decision games in a row, Kuminga got more than 20 minutes on this night. But he was inefficient, foul-prone and struggled to impact winning. Maybe there was an element of rest for Kuminga, so potentially his time in an upcoming game when he's more aware he'll see so many minutes could be better. But this wasn't just rest. There's a reason the Warriors were sub-.500 when they acquired Butler, and there's a reason they went 23-7 the rest of the regular season in games he played in. Kuminga, for as talented as he is, didn't appear to be the long-term answer. He made standout plays, but the record for Golden State simply didn't reflect a cohesive unit. So the Warriors front office went out and found a supercharged, veteran small forward instead in Butler. Meanwhile, Kuminga awaits a trip out of basketball purgatory. He's a free agent at the end of the season, so there's that light at the end of the tunnel. There have already been rumors of a sign-and trade of Kuminga to another team, although that's not something I would ever hear. Kuminga didn't handle the sudden lights of the big night game on Wednesday, so who's to say how he'll adjust to anything thrown at him in the days ahead? It's a tough spot for the Warriors to be in, that's for sure. Jonathan Kuminga stats versus Rockets. These are the final Kuminga stats against Houston. 11 points. 4-12 FG. 2-5 3 FG. 1-2 feet. 3 rebounds. 2 assists. 1 blocks. 1 turnover. plus or minus -3. Stephen Curry and Steve Kerr both make same point about Jonathan Kuminga after his series debut versus Rockets. Stephen Curry and Steve Kerr both lavished Jonathan Kuminga with praise after the forward stepped up to replace Jimmy Butler. The Golden State Warriors suffered a massive blow last night, losing Game 2 of their first-round series with the Houston Rockets. While taking nothing away from the Rockets, it's clear that the game became one-sided once Amen Thompson accidentally injured Jimmy Butler. Butler told Steve Kerr during and after the game that he was fine. But Kerr had to replace him with Jonathan Kuminga, who returned back into the rotation. Kerr had spoken numerous times about what he expects from the young forward. But after today's game, the Warriors head coach had a lot of praise for him. Steve Kerr praises Jonathan Kuminga for readiness. Speaking to reporters after the game, Steve Kerr praised Jonathan Kuminga for stepping up in a tough situation, especially with no preparation. He applauded Kuminga for being a player with a great attitude and earning a strong reputation among the rest of his teammates. Jonathan was ready. He's been preparing every single day, keeping a great attitude. In Game 1, he was on the bench cheering the entire time. He's a great young guy. His teammates respect him and pull for him. He stayed ready and it's good that he played, 'cause we may need him and he needed to develop a little rhythm after missing the last few games. Stephen Curry agrees with Warriors coach. Stephen Curry also thought Kuminga did quite well in the situation he was in. But he did note that Kuminga must make the best of his opportunities, and that the team trusts him. I thought he played aggressive. I know he probably wants to play better and knock the rust off. But as soon as Jimmy went down, I actually saw him on the bench and gave him a little love. That is the nature of this league. Whether Jimmy is out there or not, it feels like it could swing a different way. And then when he has the opportunities to be aggressive on the offensive end, take them. We trust him when he has the ball in his hands, and however many minutes he's out there, be ready to play. With Jimmy Butler's pelvic contusion possibly keeping him out for weeks, expect Kuminga to get more opportunities to play. How long is Jimmy Butler out? Pelvic injury timeline, return date, latest updates for Warriors star. The Warriors' pursuit of a first-round upset over the Rockets may have taken a serious hit in Game 2. After quickly getting comfortable in Golden State's lineup, Jimmy Butler could miss some time with an injury he suffered late in the first quarter. Butler took a scary fall after a mid-air collision and attempted to keep playing before exiting the game for good. Without Butler, the Warriors suffered a 109-94 loss, as the Rockets tied the series at 1 game apiece. Now, the focus shifts to Butler's availability for Game 3 and the remainder of the series. Here is the latest on Butler, his injury, and what is known about his potential return to the court. What is Jimmy Butler's injury? Butler's injury is a pelvic contusion, the Warriors announced Wednesday. The injury occurred late in the first quarter as Butler attempted to rebound a miss from Houston's Amen Thompson. With Butler in the air, Thompson appears to trip and then falls into Butler, undercutting him and causing the hard fall. Thompson was called for a loose ball foul, and Butler remained on the ground in evident pain before getting up to shoot the free throws. Butler moved gingerly on the next few possessions and was subbed out of the game before limping to the locker room and exiting the game for good. He finished with 3 points and 2 rebounds in 8 minutes of action. Since joining the Warriors, Butler has missed just 1 game, a 126-119 loss to the 76ers on March 1. His status for a pivotal Game 3 could alter the series' direction. How long is Jimmy Butler out? It is unclear how much time Butler will miss with the injury. He will undergo an MRI on Thursday, April 24, to determine next steps. Jimmy always says he's gonna be fine, Warriors head coach Steve Kerr said post-game. We have to wait and see with the MRI. Warriors insider Anthony Slater pointed out that the team has dealt with similar injuries recently. In late March, Stephen Curry missed 2 games and Jonathan Kuminga missed 1 game, each with a pelvic contusion. The Warriors don't feel like this is anything worse than what Steph dealt with a few weeks back, according to NBA insider Brett Siegel. Golden State believes the extra day between Games 2 and 3 will be beneficial. Should the MRI not reveal any serious damage, Butler's potential return to the lineup will be a matter of pain management. Steph Curry says Warriors know what Rockets are trying to do. The Golden State Warriors lost to the Houston Rockets on Wednesday in Game 2 of the first round of the 2025 playoffs. The Warriors and Rockets are now tied at 1-1 in the best-of-7 series. Golden State forward Jimmy Butler suffered a pelvic contusion after being inadvertently taken out of the air by Houston wing Amen Thompson. 35 total fouls were called in Game 2. Warriors veteran Draymond Green also got a technical foul. Surprisingly, though, Green told reporters during his post-game media session that Game 1 was more physical than Game 2, a sentiment Steph Curry agreed with. "Actually, I might agree with Draymond that it was less physical," Curry said, via The Athletic. "There were a couple crashes that happened out there, but we know what they're trying to do, use their size advantage at times to try to bully us. We held up a pretty good fight both games. We just let Jalen Green get going a little bit and he got free to space. There's no reason he should get up 18 threes." The Rockets won Game 2 by a final score of 109-94. Houston shooting guard Jalen Green exploded for 38 points while shooting 13 of 25 from the field and 8 of 18 from beyond the arc. "Houston played great," Warriors head coach Steve Kerr said. "They came out with amazing force defensively. Obviously Green got going. It was their night." Game 3 between the Warriors and Rockets is on Saturday. It's unknown yet if Butler will play. He's scheduled to undergo an MRI on Thursday. Curry had 31 points in Game 1 and 20 points in Game 2. The two-time MVP and four-time champion had 6 turnovers in the Game 2 loss.